As spices influence the cuisine of Europe, porcelain from China becomes an epitome of fashionable dining. Armorial porcelains like these become the latest trend in Europe. This particular dish was made in 1755 in China. We know it belongs to the Gillenburg family. From the coat of arms we see in the middle. It was common for artworks to be painted on paper and sent from Europe to Chinese workshops via the merchants. It is believed that in this particular case, the artwork was done on its long journey, the ink smudged. However, the Chinese artisans duly copied the artwork as it was given to them, resulting in the smoky effects we see in the clouds here. It is for this reason that this plate is known as the mistake plate. Armorial symbols were being used by royalty, aristocratic families in Europe, by big corporations, and pieces like these would be privately commissioned through the workshops in China. The armorial symbols were already being used in textiles, in furniture, in silverware, so it was natural for them to be translated into dinnerware and serveware as Chinese porcelains become more readily available in Western Europe. We see the transition, the trade is re-established after the transition from the Ming to the Qing dynasty, and it is also during this time when we see that the enamel painting, which is borrowed by the Chinese artisans from Europe, comes onto the Chinese ceramics. The coat of arms and armorial symbols can no longer be effectively painted in the monochromatic glazes that we see in the Ming dynasty. The enamelware would be low fired, they would be applied after glazing. So certain elements would still be glazed, but we see that enamelware is used after glazing on the ceramics. Let's have another look at enamel, beautiful example of enamelware on another piece of export porcelain from China. This Hong bowl would have been made in the year 1785, porcelain from the Canton region, which is present-day Guangzhou. Bowls such as these would have been privately commissioned as souvenirs by the merchants of their life in Canton region. Have a closer look at the bowl here. We see European-style buildings all around the bowl. These buildings were also known as hongs. Hong is a Chinese word for business or a commercial enterprise. Each trading company would have been given, would have its own hong, as you can see marked by the flags here. We see the flag of Britain. Following, we see the flag of Sweden. There is the flag of the Holy Roman Empire. And we see a white flag there. What happened? Do you think the artisan forgot to paint? Or perhaps this is the flag of the French before the Revolution. China is at its peak of trading during this time. It is exporting silks, porcelains, tea to Europe, and is not very interested in European exports. So Europe only silver is flowing into China, which makes the East Indian companies very unhappy. So to counter the one-sided flow of silver into China, they start smuggling in opium. This leads to the Opium Wars in the 19th century. The port city of Canton, which is heavily regulated, the trade in Canton was limited to the port city of Canton. The trading system falls. Canton is opened up, 5 more port cities are opened up for trade, and Hong Kong is ceded to England.